The next two operations we will learn are how to sum and how to average the contents of an array. This is very straightforward, and adding the contents of an array is very similar to the running total that we learned before. The first thing is that you need an accumulator that starts with 0, and then as you go you start to add the elements one by one, and then you will have the total or the running total of this array. So here I can say private static, it will return the total int, and I'm going to call it sum. All right, and it will take an array object as an input, call it array, and then I'm going to define my accumulator here, int total is equal to 0, and then what I will do is that I will say for int I is equal to 0, I is less than array.length to adapt to any length of an input array. I plus, what we want to do is to add the current total to that array element, array sub I, and then store that in total. After we are done, we return total. So something like this, and we can, for example, here say sum int array. All right, so this would be 200, 400, right, minus 150, that's 250, and then minus 3, that would be 247, right? So let's run this one here. Oh, I am running the wrong method, the wrong file. All right, here we go. Yeah. All right, 247. So it adds the contents of the array. Now, if you want to average this, so let's say call it average. Oops. Right, which is going to be exactly the same thing, right? So you could simply say this is going to be sum of array divided by array dot length, right? So this is what you want to return, the summation divided by the length. All right, that will give you 41, which is it was 47 divided by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements, is it? Why is that happening? So remember here, the sum of an array is going to give you an integer. You divide by an integer, it will give you integer division, right? So what you want to do here is to make sure that this is an actual division without being an integer division, which will truncate whatever values that you have fractions there. Now, one thing you need to make sure is that you cannot just go and say, okay, this is going to return a double, so I'm going to just cast this into double. It's not gonna work. All right, what it's gonna do is that it will make 41.0, right? Which is not what we want. What you want to do is to actually cast one of these values into being a double before you do the division, right? So that's how it works. All right, so this is how you guarantee that you're getting the right value.